Oops, there was the wrong button. Told you so. But hey, welcome! We are here with a match for group number A. We are here with the Corsair Gaming Summer Tournament. Group A of, there's 4 groups. So it's the first group. And we are here with the winners bracket finals. RoX.KIS, yesterday, they won from RoX.KIS. And iCCup, they won in the best out of 3 from Virtus.pro. And one of these two teams is going to already secure their place in the playoffs for this tournament. Loser will go to face Virtus.pro in the loser bracket finals after this match. But first, let me introduce to you the people that are here helping me provide you with coverage. Wow, that sentence actually ended up working out amazing. So we have got the now famous, I think I can say, K-poptosis, providing you with all the stats inside the game. You won't hear him, but you'll see what he does. And the person that you will hear, it is my co-caster, Vykromond. Welcome back, and I hope you had a good holiday.
It was very, very nice, actually. Yeah, I went on vacation pretty briefly, about 3 days, but I'm back in the swing of things now. Happy to see some more quality Dota, and good to be back with you, Sheever.
Yeah, and I have to say, I think I found a way to the mouse bug, like a fix.
You fixed the mouse bug?
I think I did. Like, no, nice. If it happens, it's probably my own fault, and I only have to press my middle mouse button. That's what I think is fixing it.
Okay.
So I just wanted to say, like, sorry, because probably every single time that it happened, it was my own fault. But oh well. So iCCup won yesterday versus Virtus.pro.
They did.
They used a lot of Weaver. RoX.KIS done their homework. They ban out the Weaver.
Yeah, first ban, or rather first phase ban. I think that's very smart. Yeah, they had Jackal on Weaver, I think their last like 4 or 5 straight games. So whenever you see a team make a run like that, you want to sort of try to restrict it. Interesting ban with the Chaos Knight though for iCCup. This is something you see sometimes when you feel that you can handle IO, but you just don't want to deal with IO Chaos Knight in particular. So you sort of let the IO go, and you sort of say, hey, if you take IO, you have to settle for a subpar pair. And if you don't take it, then we will take it.
Yeah, and of course, it is also saying, like, if they would have banned out the Wisp, then they would have given away the Bat Rider. And now at least they'll have one of the two for themselves as well. And yeah, Chaos Knight, Tree, and Gyro as well banned out there. I mean, Tree is just annoying hero. We saw it in the previous game. iCCup used it there. But, yeah, that's just very annoying to fight against. You don't want to have to do that, especially not if you know that you're an aggressive team. Such as iCCup is. Like, the only reason you're going to let him through is because you can pick him up yourself.
Exactly. And interestingly, so RoX is playing with a stand-in. I don't see Dread here.
He's on holiday.
Oh, he's on holiday.
But apparently he can stream on holiday, because yesterday he was actually streaming matchmaking while his team was actually playing.
Okay.
It was interesting.
Well, we'll
he's on holiday. Nexus is a carry. So he is standing in as a carry role, making BZ the solo mid role. We saw him unpuck yesterday a couple of times. It was very interesting. Well, they won in the end, otherwise they wouldn't be in the winners bracket. I say a couple of times, they actually played puck 2 times in a row. They stomped RoX.KIS. And as a reference point, Virtus.pro actually made it to a 3rd game up against RoX.KIS.
And RoX.KIS almost won the... I actually did see that series. RoX.KIS brought Virtus.pro like to the very brink there.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if it was just Nex playing weak or RoX playing incredibly strong. I do know that IO... I mean, okay, iCCup gave it away knowing that they would. But I'm not sure if they're really comfortable with it, because it still is a very strong hero, and it just still forces you into a certain kind of playstyle. However, we do have the Naga Siren still in the pool, and maybe iCCup wants to pick it up to counter some of that, to have like a bit of a 5-man lineup.
Yeah. Because
they're gonna get forced into that.
With Darkseer, they certainly amp the possibilities of a strong team fighting lineup. They can add all sorts of heroes onto here to pair with it. And Lifestealer not that great of an IO pair yet, so you still see RoX.KIS waiting to decide what they want to use with the IO. There's still Dragon Knight in the pool, and you can send that mid, and that pairs pretty well with that relocate. But yeah, I think iCCup, I like their lineup so far. They wouldn't have given away the IO unless they felt that they knew how to handle it. The only question is it just too strong to give away even when you have a strategy in mind?
Yeah, that is indeed true. I mean, with IO and with Lifestealer, the combination already, I mean, you can, in Fest you can relocate 3 people.
You can, yeah.
So that's like some sort of combination, but you're right, they're still missing their core IO something combination. And we'll see what they end up going for. We have iCCup, they ban out 2 mid heroes, both the Puck and the OD. I have to say though, with their lineup, they're not really set on anything just yet. I mean, Batrider could go jungle, could go offlane, could go mid. Batrider, same story.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, certainly the Lifestealer, and RoX will be happy to have the Lifestealer, though. It's a hero that they're very strong with, even if it's not Business Perfect piloting him, since you did say he's more likely to be solo mid. I think they'll still be happy to have a hero who, despite what I thought was a fairly substantial nerf, I think K-pop put up the stat earlier today that his win rate has actually improved since 6.78, despite the fact that he was unmistakably nerfed. So maybe teams are just picking him in more appropriate situations rather than just picking him all the time.
That would make definitely sense. And I just like, we still have the Queen of Pain in the pool, and I'm expecting iCCup actually to pick that up. I mean, they leave it in, or would they be happy to have that up against the Batrider? Like, it's so open. And RoX.KIS, they do the right thing though. Like, they know that they don't really know yet what iCCup still needs for the other pickups, but they know that they still need at least a support. So they ban out 2 supports, Shadow Demon and the Visage, so an aggressive trial lane and a setup hero banned out. We still have the Rubik and the Bane in the pool if you're talking about setup. And both of those, but most importantly the Bane, very nice up against that Lifestealer. So who knows if we're gonna see one of those picked up by RoX right now, just to make sure that they don't have to face it. Because with iCCup picking up the Leshrac first, they kind of give RoX the opportunity to pick up that Bane, because Leshrac Bane works very well together as well.
I'm interested by this decision to pick the Leshrac, a hero that doesn't usually get banned unless there's a setup stun already on the field for him. So if a team picks up SD first phase, for instance, you frequently see Leshrac as a second phase ban for the other team. But here it wasn't likely to be banned. I think this is still part of a composition that they're... Like, there's clearly some sort of synergy that they're driving at here. I think we'll see it come out in the 4th and 5th picks, maybe.
Yeah, it feels like they have a plan. And this
so
is
the Naga.
This
I
is a
think you
plan.
called it.
Yeah, I mean, Naga is a great hero up against the IO, of course. I mean, if you are... There's 2 sides, right? So IO, you want to gank. If you are able to gank and you want to try to gank where Naga Siren is close, you'll have a song, she'll be able to TP out. Your gank failed.
Yep.
The other side is, of course, you get forced into a more 5-man lineup. And 5-man Naga Siren, of course, super duper strong.
She is. And they have some good synergy with that already. Of course, Darkseer, it's no longer disgustingly overpowered the way it was last year when you could vacuum people that were under the effects of sleep. But it's still quite strong. You can set up good Leshrac. You can put Leshrac in a very good positioning. He's a hero who relies, especially mid to late game, on being well positioned, and Naga basically guarantees that. Batrider can put down a giant amount of Firefly that's going to damage people as they come out, and they still have one more slot for a support, and there's still all sorts of stuff that they can use to help with the Naga Siren combo. I wouldn't even hate Dazzle, honestly, here. It's they
Dazzle
don't need
Naga
it, but
Siren
it
is
nice.
fun.
Yeah.
I would like to see that, just purely because it's fun.
Just purely, yeah. It's if they had Shadow Demon, I'd say unquestionably Dazzle would be the right pick. They don't, so it's not as great, but it's still decent.
Yeah, they kind of... Well, actually, they don't need a setup stun anymore with a net, with a Leshrac. Yeah, the synergy for iCCup, definitely there. RoX.KIS, they pick up a Brewmaster, knowing that when iCCup goes 5-manning, at least they have something there as well. We still have the Rubik in the pool, though. And okay, I would like to see Dazzle, but there's still space for a Rubik up on iCCup.
Yeah.
And Brewmaster, it's so easy to steal that split, and all of a sudden your team fight gets turned around.
It's not the easiest thing in the world, but it's definitely, if you can steal the split, it's very, very powerful. Yeah, I actually think if RoX doesn't ban Rubik, it's probably the best choice for iCCup. Great setup stun for Leshrac. You don't need to use the Entangle from the Naga. You can actually wait and use it later. She's also fairly mana intensive, especially now that Riptide is 10 seconds. You want to spam that all the time. So if you don't have to use Entangle to set up a kill, you don't want to. Yeah, I really think Rubik would be really excellent. They actually banned Dazzle. Yeah, that's funny. That means Rubik, definitely, I think, because Dazzle would be a competitive choice if he wasn't banned, but yeah.
Yeah, Enigma gets banned out by... but we see that actually... Yeah, and iCCup has played that yesterday, I believe, once as well, or at least we... Yeah, I think it was iCCup. With the combination Darkseer, Naga Siren, Disruptor. And we had stats at that point about that. I can't remember exactly what stats were, but it was very good.
Actually, Disruptor is really good here. He's good against just about everybody on RoX, actually. The combo with the vacuum is extremely strong. He's very, very good against Io for obvious reasons. He glimpses immediately when you can glimpse the person that Io is carrying and then just have a free Io. Or you can glimpse the Io and kill the person that was brought over, depending on how confident you feel. And actually, Disruptor, I don't know, it's a slightly weaker lane, but in every other respect, it's incredibly strong. It actually kind of craps on Brewmaster, too. Because if he gets mispositioned and you Static Storm him, you can easily kill him before he Primal Splits.
Yeah, you don't even have to wait for mispositioning. Naga Siren can just use her song, and you can initiate with that if you want to. But Silencer, I mean, it's fun to see how these teams are really countering each other with these drafts. Like, normally you have a team that's just going for their own style, and I think iCCup kind of did that still here as well, but it is very responsive as well. And with the Silencer there, Silencer is actually really good against the Naga Siren, because if you're gonna get slapped as a Silencer, you can just spam your R button, and you will be able to use your global silence before anybody else can do anything against you, unless, of course, there's a Static Storm above your head.
Yeah, I like the Silencer, but I'm worried about this tri-lane from RoX.KIS, actually. I feel like the Tri-v-Tri... One thing that you can do against Disruptor, so Disrupt is a very, very strong hero, so the question becomes why isn't he picked more often? And he has weaknesses in the laning phase, like Thunderstrike is okay, but it's not tremendously effective. And his other two spells, like, they really don't have that much that helps with the kinetic field early on. And the Glimpses has an extremely long cooldown. So Disruptor is weak in lane, you can try to take advantage of that, but I don't see RoX.KIS being able to. The Io Silencer Lifestealer is an extremely weak tri-lane. Like, there's really no synergy in it. It's mostly around 5-manning later on.
Yeah, so they need their levels.
They need their levels, absolutely. So I think iCCup, even with Disruptor, can run a Tri-v-Tri, and it's going to be very difficult for RoX.KIS to... I feel like they'll struggle coming out of the laning phase.
Yeah, iCCup also known to be a team that, of course, is very aggressive before they turn level 6. So if they run this as an aggressive tri-lane, which I think they could if they really want to, I mean, they will be able to slow RoX.KIS down quite a lot, and especially that Wisp, of course. Brewmaster will probably be taking on the mid lane, so we'll be still getting something there. But it will be fairly tough. We have got iCCup having the better record up against RoX.KIS, I just saw. So let's see if they can keep it up. Of course, winners bracket finals. It is the Corsair Gaming Summer Tournament. We are here seeing which one of these two teams is going to make it to the playoffs and which one will be dropped down to the loser bracket finals to face Virtus.pro after this. And even though iCCup won against them yesterday, it's still not a team that you want to be facing. I think RoX.KIS is the favorable opponent as well. Same story goes for RoX.KIS. They'd rather face iCCup than Virtus.pro if they would have to choose.
Sure, absolutely. I don't think... I mean, I've been saying that RoX.KIS have a pretty dangerous draft, but they do have... It's a bunch of really good heroes. The question to me is if it coheres as a lineup, but they are excellent players. They're very individual. Of course, a well-known player in the CIS scene, even if he hasn't been on a strong team in a while. And Tron, their new player, he's really good, honestly. From what I've seen of him, I'm really impressed with how quickly they picked up a new solo laner and how strong he is.
Me too, and how, like, I feel like he's really new as well. Like, I hadn't heard of him before.
I had never heard of him. Yeah.
So it's, yeah, I really am curious to see how they found him. Probably a friend of people, obviously. That's normally how it goes. But it's, yeah, he's been fitting in really well, and yeah, they have been doing okay for themselves. I mean, Tron will be playing the Clockwork this game. Nexus on the Lifestealer, BZZ on the Brewmaster, so he will be going mid with Yol on the IO, and Vanskor taking on the Silencer role. Of course, that's all on the Radiant side. We have got a pause coming off from RoX as well. Not quite sure why, but we'll deal with it. We'll wait. We're patient people.
And looking towards iCCup, it will be Mag on the solo lane Darkseer. We'll still have to see whether that's going to be aggressive or whether it's solo safe. And then Jackal on the Naga Siren, always want to fly on the Leshrac, and Weejazik on the Disruptor will form up the tri-lane. And Resolution will be solo mid as Batrider.
Yeah, and there's at least no debate about that one. You just have to see who's going where.
We know where Resolution will be going, but the other players, I mean, they could Darkseer mid, Batrider solo, but it's not likely. It's almost certainly Batrider mid.
Yeah, and he'll be up against that Brewmaster. Should be, well, it's not going to be a lane where Brewmaster's going to get a kill on the Batrider.
Batrider's favored.
And Batrider could get a kill up on the Brewmaster, but it's not easy.
it's the main issue is it's really in Batrider's hands. If he gets over aggressive and he dives under tower and Brewmaster is still at about 30% HP when they reach the tower, Brew can turn around, use Thunderclap, and then the tower damage will probably finish Batrider off.
Yeah.
More often than not, you end up with both players dying in that situation, but Brew can get the first thing and then be ahead. But that's like the only way that Brew gets the kill in that lane. Otherwise, it's going to be just Batrider bullying him. And my other issue is then, okay, so you know that your mid is slightly disfavored. That means that usually you want to roam with your supports, but IO Silencer is such a weird, weak roaming support composition. I'm worried about the Silencer. It's a hero that has an enormous upside. It can actually completely take over a game. But I feel like RoX.KIS almost force-picked the Silencer to try to counter the iCCup composition, and it's going to lead to a weak laning phase in general.
Yeah, we'll have to see how to deal with that. And oh my god, 99.9%? Batrider has only been ignored completely for 0.01% of all the game, or of the last 2,331 games.
It's absolutely crazy. And really it's funny because when he was ported into Dota 2, nobody wanted to pick him.
Yeah, it took some time.
Because he was so much... He was a lot weaker due to bugs and engine differences between Dota 1 and Dota 2.
Yeah.
And so he actually... I don't think the engine differences ever got fixed. Yeah. He just got enormous buffs.
So there was some difference with the sticky napalm, I believe, that they did fix. I'm not sure.
Yeah, turn rates were messed up. So napalm got fixed. He got big buffs. He's since been nerfed multiple times.
Yeah.
There was actually a bug fix too with Flame Break that I feel actually was a pretty big nerf as well. But the thing about Batrider is he's so unique and so strong and so versatile for laning that there's like no reason not to pick him when he's available. Like there's no... Well, this is just a terrible time to pick Batrider.
I didn't even see the poll come by, but we have poll result iCCup. Well, it's a best out of 3. I have to say, if we look at the lineup though, I would still favor iCCup. Not just because of the lineup, but also because I know that iCCup is comfortable running this lineup. And I'm not sure about RoX.KIS's lineup, if they have got that much experience running those. I mean, BZZ, I saw him yesterday on the puck, and it was probably one of the first times I actually saw him play puck, because normally he was the carry.
Yeah.
And I think that he still might be the carry when Dread comes back, but with Nexus there, I mean, Nexus has to play carry because you let your stand-in play what your stand-in plays best. That's how it normally works.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I like BCC mid. I think even as carry, he had a pretty aggressive posture. Like, he went in a lot to fights and would start fights, and that sometimes means that you're a mid in a carry's body, right? Like, so VG, for instance, they started out with CTY in the one role, and he would always just dive in and do crazy stuff, and it was like, is this really a one-position player, or could he be just as effective in the two? Another criticism of BZZ usually was that his hero pool as a carry was really limited.
Yeah.
And mid offers you a lot more opportunities to sort of spread out and play a lot of different styles, so maybe that's something where he can prove himself to be, you know, not just be a gyrocopter lifestealer player, as somebody that can play a lot of roles and heroes.
True, and we have got... Well, now we're waiting on iCCup.
Yeah.
So it's it's interesting. There is basically we already have we are 40 minutes past official starting time.
We really are, yeah. I mean, I think Sheever, you and I always praised when we were doing Starlight, we were like, my god, it always starts on time. And
if there was a pause longer than 5 minutes, it's like, boom. You know? You can't pause any longer, or there's 3 pauses max with a certain amount of time that you have, and like super strict.
Yeah.
But here I see.
So who's this shopkeeper on the Radiant side? I haven't noticed this before, but who is this guy? I've never seen this character before. Is this one of the comics characters? Because it didn't look like it.
I think it is.
Really?
With the beard? I've seen
Maybe
him
I've missed some of the comics.
Because he is the same dude as the one on the Dire, just with a different beard.
Yeah, that's weird too. I think they should be different people, not just different hair colors.
Yeah, because I know that the guy that is the secret shop of the Dire is one of the comic. And the secret shop of the Radiant is actually the original secret shop person. And I just want to say that I think that's really unfair to the Dire.
Yeah, right. They get like
the
deputy shopkeeper. They get the understudy when the Radiant get the shopkeeper. That's actually his character's name is the shopkeeper.
Yeah, I can't click him. It's a bit of a shame.
So the side shop. I know the side shop guys. The side shop guys are the Are We Heroes Now comic guys. But I don't know the fountain shop people.
Oh yeah, the RV heroes. There you go.
Yeah. This is what. It's not to do with like jungling or
no,
the mid. So
it is all in the shopkeepers.
So I want to talk about the iCCup lineup. I like this iCCup lineup. I also like that it's almost sort of the de facto new like CIS team lineup, because VP runs lineups like this all the time too. Yeah. They were one of the earliest like heavy disruptor using teams, and they've been forcing Naga Siren for like 2 months. It must be really gratifying to them to see other teams pick it up. Like, yeah, we told you guys this was good. Finally, you're starting to adopt it.
iCCup. CAS Slayers. They will be at Kiev, by the way. So
apparently, yeah. So as of are you serious? Okay.
Fanscore can't play.
Grim.
Very grim. That means that they'll play with 2 stand-ins.
That's rough.
Very rough.
Yeah, that's a pretty ... and or a whatever that character is called. I forget what the name of that character is.
Is this a horizontal or is there a vertical bar thing? That has a name?
They said we already have a stand-in and he will immediately come in. And the iCCup says we don't mind, so I guess we're gonna remake.
Okay, but then we are also gonna if it's gonna go that fast, I'm gonna keep this in the VOD thing. Because I don't want to do the intro again, because I think our drafting phase went really well.
Yeah, and we had a great discussion about Secret Shop.
Yeah, people have the right to know that.
They do. They do.
Yeah, I have to know that, like, this is why Radiant has higher win rates. They have the original shopkeeper.
That's true. That's probably why.
Make the
so
better
I guess
choices.
who's standing in for them?
Well, apparently they lied. Obviously, first of all.
Well, they gotta give them the password at least.
Well, the password hasn't changed. They could have given it.
That's true. That's true. I think Naga Siren is gonna be a big thing for like. You're gonna see more teams pick her up because
it's Android.
Sure, oh, it's Android P. Okay, that's cool.
Which team was he in again? Pride.
Z-Rage.
Z-Rage.
Yeah.
Z-Rage. He was.
We're seeing the Z-Rage diaspora like across all these CIS teams.
Yeah.
They're all good players too. Like what's his face? Medved's been standing in a lot. Too.
Yeah, for Virtus Pro yesterday as well.
Yep.
While Ness was gone. I'm not sure if Ness is back today.
Oh.
Not sure where he went. We have got an
Who can say? Holidaying.
But
streaming too.
Yeah. Well, it's a good holiday. Dota holiday. If you can play Dota on the beach. I would go inside though, way too hot.
Yeah, there's glare. There's glare issues.
Yeah, the screen indeed not too bright. Can't focus. All the noise from people. Damn people. Can't they see I'm playing Dota on the beach? Like, I'm already imagining myself there. Good.
Yeah, I'm just trying to look. I'm looking at Ness's Twitter, but there's no details.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Everybody picked
honestly,
his heroes.
Yeah, I think RoX just have to get through laning phase. I think if they make it to, like, if they're tied coming out of lane, I think they're in okay shape because they can start playing tricks with relocate. I don't even know who they would carry. I guess Brewmaster with Lifestealer hiding inside of the IO or hiding inside the Brew. Or Clock, actually. Relocating Clock isn't the worst idea in the world. The thing about Hookshot is if you don't have to initiate with it, you can use it as a free extra stun, which sometimes can make the difference. So yeah, they could carry Clock. They could put the Lifestealer in the Clock and just get kills that way. I just feel like iCCup have a little bit of a stronger lane, and their 5-man is really, really, really scary. So it comes down to how well they execute their teamfight combo in the 5-man situation.
Yeah, and how early they go for roaming. And I have to just point out, yesterday, sorry, I keep referring to that, because iCCup was able to pick up CK Wisp, right? They ran CK Wisp in the mid lane.
Gonna have a clash, by the way, I think.
They could have.
No, go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, well, wait a second, because they're running right into BZZ. There's gonna be an awkward glimpse. The tether's there. That was a really awkward glimpse. And this might actually be working out. There goes the Cogs. They lock in Jackal. Jackal in some trouble. Splitters is gonna help. Clockwork in a lot of trouble now as well. And can Jackal do something here? Is he actually gonna be the first blood? Looks like he will be the first blood. Nexus picks him up on his lifesteal. Now Resolution flying his way towards the mid lane. He will be able to survive, but... Or will he? Yeah, he should be able to survive. For sure.
Yeah, this is really weird from iCCup. I feel like they took one too many non-damage dealing level 1 spells to actually do the clash.
Like the glimpse that didn't do anything?
Well, yeah, glimpse theoretically can be good because if you catch somebody running away, you can bring them back into the level 1 clash.
Yeah.
But I think they had to go for either Eclipse or Naga and Snare. Sorry, either Glimpse or Naga and Snare, not Glimpse and Naga and Snare. Because then they landed a Split Earth and it was like, okay, where's the rest of the damage? We've got Napalm, Split Earth, Ion Shell, and Snare and Glimpse. Like, we don't have the damage. I think Riptide would have been a lot more useful there. And maybe they could at least trade for Jackal instead of just giving him away.
Yeah, and of course Nexus is going to be happy with that. He picked himself up the Magic Wand already, so he has got that one as his first item. Since he knows that he's going to be on an aggressive trial, and it's a really good item to have, actually. And the harassment already starts coming out here. If this Silencer can keep the harassment on, they will be continuing to delay iCCup's aggression, and that's going to be needed here. And I will finish my thought of what I said was yesterday. Like, at that point, iCCup went on too early. They started be aggressive too early, at which point a CK and a Wisp were level 4 sitting into the Radiant jungle. They were dire at the time. And they didn't end up doing anything with it. They ended up winning the game, I believe, because Virtspro kind of threw, but... Yeah, oh, net Silencer might be in some trouble here, but like you said...
Oh, neat.
No damage. In the meantime, Brewmaster does go down. That's, by the way, a sentry ward. Very low, but not low enough to die. And this was the Bat Rider getting himself a kill. He got very low from it, as you said. I mean, he probably dived the tower a bit for that one, but not dangerous enough for him to, in the end, die. Clap level 1. Brewmaster is drinking some ale in the fountain. It's awesome.
Oh, that is a really nice... That's great. Yeah, I mean, Brew, it's a tough lane for him, and he knows he's not going to get that much support. Actually, iCCup, I really like the Ensnare on the Silencer. We're going to have another fight, maybe. We just is in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, the last word will still go through, but...
No, doesn't get it. But that actually, the Ensnare on the Silencer and clearing out the Sentry is a big deal, because now they have to buy another full set of Sentries to actually get their camp unblocked.
Yep. And that's probably not going to happen for now. Like, they know it's blocked by a sentry only.
Yeah.
So they'll probably wait for another 2 minutes and then say, you know what? We'll just wait it out and be annoying in the meantime, and that's actually working out okay. We just indeed taking quite a bit of harassment. Meantime, Brewmaster, I mean, he did die, but he does have 9 last hits. And a bottle now as well, as Bat Rider already has his bottle. 9 less hits for him as well, though. So, in that sense, not that big of a difference, apart from that first blood. Explain to me the sentry word and the bottom lane.
I have no explanation. I think misclick. I think they meant to do pass healing salve, use healing salve on somebody, and instead he used the sentry on the ground.
Awesome.
That's the only explanation.
That's something that I would have done. I can be in a professional team!
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's what I think happened, actually. Because once you actually use the item hotkey, yeah, I don't know. I think
I have done it before. I know how it goes.
Right. You should write a professional resume, like.
Yeah. Things that I have done before that have been done by professional gamers as well. List goes on and on.
Good times.
Yep. But yeah, the aggressive trend for iCCup not really working out. Only 6 last hits for Jackal. Some harassment going off here, but Zik is just forced away. Next is sitting on 13 for 3.
Yeah. That first blood really set them back. They don't feel comfortable at all. Now they're finally doing a little bit of harassment with the Naga. I'm surprised they haven't yet. The levels have struggled so much for Jackal. He barely has rank 1 Riptide. Rank 2 would help a lot here, but they're really being zoned effectively by just the Silencer IO, and I feel bad for hating on this composition earlier, because I was just tethering the Silencer, and they run up, and then iCCup like, we can't really fight this. We have to sort of walk back. Yeah. They need levels, too. Like, the Disruptor is still so useless, just the rank 1 Glimpse and the rank 1 Thunder.
Yeah, oh, net. That's just harassment, though. And I mean, also, the tether helps with Android constantly feeding him mana. Of course, his last word is quite expensive, but no issue for him. He is just doing fine. And you were right, by the way. They did end up getting another Sentry Ward stack and countered the Sentry Ward that was almost dead already. So they will be able to pull and stack, and that will put them ahead of iCCup, because they're not getting anything here on this bottom lane. Meet them dive on the middle lane. BZZ is in a lot of trouble. Yeah, he's so dead. He is so dead. 6 stacks of sticky napalm and a haste rune, of course. Or was there a haste rune? I think there was. Yeah, there was a haste rune. It just ran out. Resolution. Getting his second kill of the game.
Yeah, this is the main good news for iCCup, is that the mid lane, which, if they weren't winning the mid lane, that would be just kind of shameful, but they're doing fine there. Top lane is honestly pretty good for Clockwork, I feel. He's happy just getting a draw. Darkseer vs Clockwork is actually a really cool matchup because it's sort of a cat and mouse game where Ion Shell in a vacuum gives Darkseer the advantage. Oh, big fight bottom.
Yeah, Jackal in a lot of trouble. Looks like he is... Oh, he is alive! The spirits are not hitting him. Nice Split Earth. Nexus in a lot of trouble. Always want to fly. He doesn't have Edict yet. It would need it. We just Zig very low as well. In comes Resolution trying to get himself a kill. He has got the lasso. Hits up on Android. Android level 2. By the way, he's of course playing the Silencer, standing in for Vanscore. We didn't introduce him yet since the break, but yes, he's dead.
Oh, true.
So I just forgot that when I saw that, like, okay, yeah, that's not Vanscore. But yeah, that was a good counter initiation from iCCup. Although it started off with them being aggressive, then counter initiation from RoX, then counter initiation back on the counter initiation. Can I say that? Yeah, Jackal got away alive though.
Counter initiation, yeah. Resolution, really good job of him actually making something happen out of a fight where it wasn't going that well. Top, by the way, you can see this is the matchup. If you get a really good Cogs, you just win. Yeah, he Cogsed extremely well. The Cogs triggered twice on Mag, so he got 2 sets of the drain plus the battery assault running that entire time, and then rocket flare to finish it off. Really nice play by Tron.
And the double damage rune helping out. Yeah. Oh, Yol tethers himself away just in time towards the creep. Or Resolution. He's actually not done chasing yet. He really wants his kill, and he is gonna get it as well. That's a killing spree for Resolution. He is on a roll.
Smart. He's playing extremely intelligently. You have to, when you know that your bottom lane, when your try versus try is really struggling like this, but you've won mid, you have to sort of pay, like you have to let the other mid catch up a little bit because you're more important to actually start getting an advantage somewhere else. So Resolution doing the exact right thing. That if he wasn't there for that last fight, iCCup, I would say, just straight up lost the lane because they had 2 people who had to flee. Naga Siren lived with 7 hit points.
Yeah, it's not that iCCup really wins the lane with him coming bottom, but at least they don't lose it, and that's of course a big thing because at the same time they're winning middle. They are not really doing too hot on the top lane, but Mag is getting his levels up, and that's about all you can ask for right now up against the Clockwork for the Darkseer. You can't really tower skip or anything like that, but. Yeah, Clockwork, by the way, I mean, he's doing really well. He is level 8, he's got treads, he's been involved in 2 kills, and I mean, yeah, he's gonna be having a big impact on the game the moment that he leaves the lane, which is of course the question, when is he gonna leave the lane?
Right, yeah, I mean, it's an interesting question. I mean, I would expect Tron to start roaming. Brewmaster, I think BZZ wants at least his tier 2 boots.
Oh,
we've talked
wow,
about
Clockwork is in trouble actually. Mag, is he gonna chase this? He has got a surge. He is gonna chase that. There is no cogs, but the battery assault might be able to do something. Never mind. That's gonna be Mag getting himself a kill. Initiation came from Tron though.
Yep. Just a little bit too low. Maybe he could have switched Tread Strength, but it wouldn't make a big difference. They may get Nexus though. That would be a... no, they can't.
He rages himself out. Maybe the Glimpse is still gonna be there though. They need vision. They need vision. They don't get vision.
The Wand has been doing a lot of work for Nexus as well, because iCCup, whenever they actually want a kill, they have to be pretty spammy.
Yeah.
And Naga Siren, due to her crappy damage, frequently has to use Riptide to last hit. So that's more and more charges for the Magic Wand.
And that's the first blood paying off right there. In the meantime, we have got another rotation, or at least it looked like it. Resolution showing his face for a little bit there on the bottom lane as he is building towards his Blink Dag and he's getting there.
Looks like a Deny, maybe?
Oh, yeah. Ooh, Haste Rune and Invis Rune. At the same time, BZZ moving his way top. He has got the split. He's full on HP and mana. This could be a big fight for RoX.KIS if they get it properly done.
Definitely. They've got the ult for Panda.
Yeah, Jackal is silenced up. Can't use his song. Goes down for the first one. There comes the split. Actually, the Glimpse made sure the split happened elsewhere. And that might be something that iCCup can be happy about. Well, Ouija6 will still go down. Almost want to fly running for his life. Will be able to do just that. It's at least one survives.
Yep.
I think they can be happy with that. Because it was I mean, that was a brilliant setup for RoX.KIS. With those 2 runes, there was no way iCCup could have prevented that from happening, apart from having a sentry there. And there's no reason why they would have a sentry there.
Right, exactly. That was really good by BZZ using his 2 runes. Because when you get Hasted and Viz, you gotta make something happen. You just feel sad if you don't. So, two more kills for them. honestly, that's good. They want to sort of start getting the advantage again in this bottom lane after that last bit. But yeah, Resolution, I think he just had it delivered. He's having it delivered right now.
Yeah.
Very, very, very fast blink. You're really using the mid and the the successful ganks to leverage up. If he can use that blink and start peeling this bottom lane apart, especially if they can kill Nexus, I think they end up ahead.
Yeah, in the meantime, the tier 1 tower on the top lane still went down on the side of RoX.KIS, so that's something that iCCup got in return for that. It's a small
got the deny, though.
Oh, that's actually really nice. Then that's RoX.KIS doing still really well. We have got a smoke up though, Resolution. He doesn't want to show his blink just yet, but he does want to use it. The question is he going to use it on support? Or is he going to be able to get Nexus with it? Because of course that would be the main prio target.
Yeah.
Blink in lasso, he gets Android. He'll take it.
Yeah, that's fine. Silencer, it's hard to get Lifestealer because he's mostly in lane, whereas the supports are rotating through jungle.
Yeah.
But I think they'd rather take Silencer than IO. You hold back the global silence, you make sure that he can't stack up any more int stacks, so yeah, that's a good kill. It's a Resolution definitely using this Blink Dagger already to good effect.
In the meantime, BZZ is also building towards a Blink Dagger probably. He has got the magic wand almost ready. He misses, oh my god, he misses one Iron Branch. Well, isn't that something? But yeah, he is almost getting his Blink Dagger as well. And when that happens, the team fights are going to be a bit more dynamic coming off from RoX.KIS, and he doesn't need to only have runes to be able to initiate like that. Of course, the downside is they constantly have to start off by initiating on Jackal, kinda. Because once he gets level 6, he's going to be able to use his song every single time there is a split.
Yeah.
So the silencer,
I agree. The other thing about BZZ is if he does get fast blink, they don't have any arcane boots, so mana is going to be a little tight. We talked about this in a previous game. Like if you, when you have Blink Dagger as Brewmaster and you don't have tier 2 boots, your mana is barely enough to blink Q and R. Okay. Jackal in trouble though.
Oh, bottom lane Jackal tries to TP out, won't be able to do that. Yul with the kill. Yul will go down for it though. Nice Darkseer vacuum into the wall. Android running for his life, getting chased down though. But those illusions are actually blocking everybody. Hook shot in. Atron gets a cog up on 2. Global silence there as well. The curse at least, sorry, is there. That's Leshrac down. That's gonna be Disruptor on the floor as well. Double kill for Tron and Mag fleeing from the scene. But BZZ with another haste rune coming after him and gets the kill. Wow, that took a long time.
It did.
That Stout Shield doing work.
It definitely did there. Resolution trying to get... He gets Yol, I think. Probably? There's reinforcements coming in. So he's gonna kill this IO.
That's twice in a row. Like, didn't he die on the bottom lane just now as well?
I think so, but yeah, he did just die on the bottom lane. The issue is that was a really bad fight for iCCup. A little bit of a miss micro, frankly. Mag could have just physically moved his illusions to the side so that he could actually use his surge. Instead, his own illusions ruined the impact of his haste, and they ended up getting flat-footed. Also, props to Tron. That was a perfect hook shot. He actually stunned 3 people with 1 hook. Yeah,
and he gets a double kill off of that. He almost has his mechanism ready now. And RoX, they know that they are forced to team fight soon, so they're building towards it. And also, of course, with that fight, BZZ almost got his Blink Dagger. And he actually
he's so close.
Yeah, he actually picked up 1 level in stats with the levels that he has, I believe.
Yeah, the mana is such an issue.
So,
like,
he's
never going to be able to... He actually, like, Haze is a good spell, but he'll never cast it.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't have the mana pool to.
So, I think, does he actually have enough right now? 275 with the blink, yeah.
Barely.
Barely.
Like,
he can't do anything else.
And if Naga goes Diffusal, like, he has had really bad farm so far, but Diffusal is gonna really play havoc with this team, because Brew and Clock both pretty mana dependent. Clock has a better pool than Brewmaster does, but like you can just Diffusal the Brew down to where he can't use his spells, and he becomes very not useful.
Yeah, I like what iCCup is doing on his bottom lane. They have smoked up behind the tower. The flare already came in, so didn't scout them out, and now they hope that RoX.KIS thinks that Mag is here by himself. I'm thinking it's kind of obvious because everybody else is missing, and for example, the tier 1 tower top is getting pressured and nobody is replying. So you see RoX, I mean, they're careful. They are really careful. We haven't got a Wisp level 6, by the way. Oh, they find BZ. I just said everybody was careful. Why is he proving me wrong? He gets... Oh, he gets relocated. He gets relocated, yo. I just said he was level 6. He only just got level 6. First relocate used. Good.
Really
good
neat
usage.
from Yul, honestly, yeah.
And he actually brings
you
him
could
back.
see iCCup, they couldn't just... They knew they... Oh man, what a hook.
Infest
What a
out, that's
hook.
Weejazik. Dead. He still got the glimpse off, leaves Nexus in the cogs, but yeah, that was a brilliant hook. RoX.KIS making their lineup work.
They are. It's really unorthodox, but they're doing extremely well with it. That relocate was excellent, because iCCup know that they can't actually stay. There's still a tier 1 tower up, like, it's just not favorable territory. They're gonna take this tower off of this, too. There's really no way for iCCup to defend this tower. Their 5-man's not ready yet, because Naga's really struggled.
Yeah, I mean, that's a downside of not having your aggressive tri lane really working out. Of course, normally you'd make up for it by having your top lane, your safe lane, doing really well, but a Clockwork versus a Darkseer is not that favorable.
It's okay, it's about even.
Yeah, but you want
like
to have, of course, you want to
based.
win that lane.
For sure, I agree. I think they actually really wanted the Dazzle, honestly. I think that Dazzle ban was pretty smart. And I don't... We talked about how when you pick Disruptor, he's really good, but he's kind of a nothing in lane. And I think you saw that here. I mean, even this really weird IO Silencer Lifestealer lane was able to bully iCCup's tri-lane, and I think that comes down to the Disruptor just not being really able to do that much.
Yeah, I agree. It's time for him to shine right now, though. Or at least he well, never mind. He needs a bit more, and then his strength is still supposed to show, because it's not showing just yet. I have high hopes for him, but he is level 4. And this is the second time today that I look at the clock and I see about 15 minutes, and there's a level 4 or level 3 support on the map. It's not really great. Not really great at all. iCCup, that trial lane didn't really work out for them at all. We still have Leshrac, he is level 6, so he does get some extra. He actually picked up 1 level in his Edict as well. So if they do win a fight, they are able to take down towers a bit faster than they otherwise would. And that's really going to be needed, because it doesn't look like they're going to get any towers otherwise anytime soon. And of course, Resolution. He is doing great. He is the one that's supposed to be getting this mid game together so that Naga Siren can get some time to get her farm up. He has got a Force Staff and a Blink Dagger now as well, so he's looking really solid. And in terms of net worth, he is highest for his team, but Nexus is still higher than he is. And he's actually building towards a Desolator. Wow. Nexus, 404.
Yeah.
That's...
I mean, he's had a great game, considering how much he got pressured in lane. The fact that he's done so extremely well, and I actually really like the Desolator build here. I think it'll give them a little bit of, I mean, pushing capacity, A, and the ability to quickly kill people that they hook or relocate in on, B.
Yep. I like it as well. I mean, it's an item that you build when you're ahead. Just to stay ahead. You know that your opponent is already struggling a little bit, so if you just, I mean, it's just that push over the edge kind of feeling that Nexus is going to go for. And I mean, he's been involved in 8 out of the 9 kills. The only one that he hasn't been in is the solo kill for Clockwork, of course, for Mag on the top lane. And well, I'm actually kind of worried for iCCup right now, and I really thought that at the start of the game I liked their lineup more. And
me too. The Disruptor was almost an overly clever pick too, like we talked about at the start, a counter pick rather than something solid. I feel like they gave up an ability to just completely dominate the tri-lane with the Disruptor, and then once they lost First Blood, it got really bad. Nice lasso, though.
Yeah, but here comes support, or is it? No, never mind. RoX.KIS in some trouble. Tron's still alive for now, though. The mechanism really helping out. Jackal in some trouble. The song came out too late. Lightning still bouncing through. Nice Darkseer wall. It's a 1-for-1 trade, though. BZ actually bought back, gets glimpse back towards a tier 1 tower. That is a level 2 glimpse. I think it was almost glimpsed back towards the fountain, but a bit too late for that.
Not quite, but yeah, close. If it's tough. iCCup right now, really badly. They wanted to wait for the next fight until they have Static Storm on Disruptor, which he still doesn't have. I feel like Static Storm gives them some of their advantage back, but they don't have it. They still have Disruptor at level 5. That was a good initiation by Batrider, but not enough to actually get a convincing win. And they lose Jackal again. He's struggled a lot. Yeah, and they don't... Yeah, well, they get an okay-ish trade. I mean, it would have been a fairly even trade until Brewmaster bought back. He bought back, didn't get anything with it. Would have been better for iCCup if he actually used his split, and then... Like, the previous time when we saw him split, he got relocated while he split, and the split actually happened to where he got glimpsed towards. Yeah.
If they could get that sometime, when he jumps in after a TP and he gets glimpsed and his illusions are standing in the fountain, that would be hilarious. For us, not for RoX.KIS, obviously.
Yeah, I definitely.
I think that's a bit of a buggy thingy, though. That shouldn't work.
Well, it has to do with the cast time
Yeah.
for the split, because you can kill him during that cast time too, actually. The issue right now for iCCup is Resolution has had an amazing game, but Batrider can't carry this. Sooner or later, you need somebody that's going to duel the Lifestealer at the very least, and Batrider's not going to do that. It's got to be Naga, and Naga has next to nothing. Her net worth is 6th on the map, so below the Brewmaster, below Clockwork, Darkseer, Batrider, Lifestealer, and the levels are an issue too. She's 2 levels behind the 3 cores of RoX.KIS, so that has to be fixed before iCCup can feel like they can actually take a big 5-man engagement.
Yeah, and the question is how long is Resolution going to be able to hold out and be that person that tries to buy time for Jackal. For now, he is doing okay-ish. He hasn't died yet. He's been in 7 out of the 9 kills, so
He's been amazing.
It's pretty decent indeed, and I mean, he is just hanging mid right now, waiting for someone to show himself. It's actually kind of okay for him to do that, because right now nobody is pressuring Jackal. Everybody of RoX.KIS is a bit roaming around. They're actually all about around midish. I'm wondering if they're gonna try to attempt something, maybe with a smoke, or maybe they're just waiting until the Desolator is ready on the Lifestealer, but they actually, never mind, they're gonna relocate. They infest out, and they're gonna go towards Mag. They pinged on him. Maybe they want to go top instead. It is top that they want. It is Jackal that they want. The TPs and the Global Silence is already there. Here comes BZZ. Jackal, still safe. He has got a song in 17 seconds. Lasso up on Yol. 5 seconds before he gets relocated back. And again, an Static Storm helps out. Io already gets burned to death. Brewmaster use his split. It is Always Wanna Fly that already goes down. On the side of iCCup, Mac getting stunned up. Looks like they really want to take down his Brewmaster. He will be his normal self in just a second. There he goes inside the kinetic field, but in comes Tron with the hook shot. It's up on 2 and the song. The song helps out, or does it actually? Those cogs are really annoying. But they can't hope to get a kill anymore. iCCup, they're gonna sacrifice Resolution. That's the only one that went down, or the first time that he goes down. And actually, that is still gonna be a Zig also dead, by the way. It's...
They couldn't decide what they actually wanted to do, and everybody was still trapped in the cogs when the song came through.
Yeah.
So they just took damage. They actually were just dying as the song ran. And that was a cool combo from RoX. I mean, use the relocate, use Global Silence to make sure that all of iCCup's possible responses to the relocate are locked out, and just clean up. iCCup had a pretty good response, but in the end not good enough, especially after Tron got another good hook shot in to
If he wasn't there, that fight would have gone the way of iCCup.
I agree, yeah.
For sure. And I mean, it was perfectly orchestrated, right? I mean, they relocated in with 3 people in total. Clockwork already made his way to the top lane, realizing that iCCup was TPing in a mass towards that top lane tier 1 tower, so wanted to actually fight. And I mean, Global Silence, you don't need to be there to be able to do something. But he still was there in the end. I mean, he came around. But yeah, that was just perfectly orchestrated in iCCup. They pay for it and they lose. Actually, did they lose Jackal in the end? I think he was actually able to survive. But they lose Resolution, and that's a big blow.
Yeah, they lost Resolution definitely, and I think Always Wanna Fly died pretty quick, and Mag died. I think Jackal actually made it out, because he songed and then walked away.
Yeah, exactly. So it's something. I'm not quite sure how much he gets from it. It's a bit of the comfort prize, as we have a smoke off for Resolution. He's blinking, a lassoing, gets just the wisp. And he is gonna go down. There we go. Nice kinetic field. Static Storm being used for that as well. Nobody able to chase, and that's a clear pickup. And they need more of these. And not for the kill. Like, the kill is nice and all that, but they need these to stop the action coming out from RoX. To just buy time, in a way.
Yeah, and Nexus, nice, to get the deny down here onto the tower. That's a neat effect. Yeah, the fact is they can kill Yol as much as they want, and it's a good kill. But they're not addressing Lifestealer, and his net worth is starting to... I mean... You would say that, hey, he's 2k ahead, but he's not 2k ahead of the Naga. He's 2k ahead of Darkseer. He's actually 5,000 net worth ahead of Naga. He has double the item equity, and no matter how many items Darkseer has, he's not going to be dueling Lifestealer. So they really haven't solved their major problems with these Yol kills.
Yeah, it's kind of troublesome. One rage and he can just sit on Naga Siren. I mean, he can't even sing. She only has to use, of course, her ensnare and then run.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, he is not a Lifestealer with the race car, but he does have the tether, of course. So I guess that's where he gets a bit of the space or speed from.
Yep, and he's also they're concentrating on the fact that the lifestealer right now is unanswered as far as damage, so the attack speed is really good just to stand and deliver as much damage as possible. Especially when taken with Desolator, I mean, you're tearing through stuff. They can get Roche if they want, I think.
Well, they back off for now. They have just taken on the last outer tower of iCCup, though, to be fair, RoX.KIS doesn't have any outer towers to begin with. So towers are now even. Gold graph actually looking fairly decent as well. I mean, at some point RoX.KIS was a lot more ahead after, of course, then the previous fight happened and iCCup got a bit more back from that one. So there's now 2k in favor of RoX.KIS, 2k experience in favor as well. It's not as much as I feel that it might be.
Yeah.
Of course, that's Batrider doing most of the work there, together with Mag, who has been building towards a BKB by the looks of it. But
yeah, he's almost done, I think, with his BKB. Well, maybe I'm wrong. I thought I saw the Mithril Hammer.
Hey, you're right. You're right. He has got everything. It's in the courier.
Yeah, so that's useful. And it does let Darkseer. They really want these vacs to happen. The way they win a fight is that they vac Silencer and Brewmaster into a Static Storm. So that has to actually land, and BKB will help because even through Global Silence, he can make sure he actually does what he needs to. And he's really the only candidate for a BKB. Maybe Batrider and Lesh will eventually get them, but it'll take a long time.
Yeah, especially if Leshrac wants to have one. I mean, he's level 8. He hasn't died that much. I mean, he died twice, which is okay-ish for a support, I guess. You rather wouldn't have him die, but oh well. For example, Jackal has died 4 times. That's bad. But yeah, Always Wanna Fly is he's not gonna get that much farm anytime soon, unless iCCup starts winning massive fights. But they need Jackal to be up to par for that, and he is not gonna be that for a while. He has got drums. He's got 1700 gold. Do you think he's still gonna go for the Fusel Blade? I'm actually thinking maybe he should, rather than trying to build something bigger than that, because otherwise, I mean, he needs to fight sometime soon.
Yeah, he has to build cost efficient no matter what, and Diffusal is very, very cost efficient. The other option, yeah, so he has the Alacrity. The only other thing would be maybe a Manta, but I think that'd be a mistake. I think the right call here is to make the Diffusal and just try to get that effectiveness. Diffusal helps your farm, too. Like, you can send a bunch of illusions out into the jungle and just whack stuff, so... Yep.
The only reason why you would still go for Manta is if you want to split push, and up against a Wisp, it's gonna be tough to really try to split push, though, yeah.
He's Diffusaling. He just got the second Alacrity, yeah.
Okay, and talking about items, VZZ almost got himself the Aghanim's ready, so that's gonna be, like, I mean, the patch has been a while ago already, of course, 6.78, but the buff for the Brewmaster was a bigger buff than other people, purely because normally you already get an Aghanim's up on the Brewmaster.
Right.
And he is gonna have it very soon, so that will be RoX with another extra boost to their team fight, and I'm not sure if iCCup is gonna be ready in time to deal with it.
If they silence Brewmaster, like, that becomes an even bigger deal post-Ags, because if you can kill him before he primal splits, it doesn't matter how many ult boosting items he has, he just won't be able to. Once he's in primal split form, yeah, it's a huge deal. iCCup will not be able to clear out those pandas, period. The dodge from the Drunken Brawler will just be way too much for them to handle. So that'll be effective as long as he's able to cast the ultimate. So that's really the question, will he be able to? Nexus, meanwhile, I love all these pickups from RoX. I think they're super smart. He's going Heart, and Heart is exactly the right thing to do when the other carry, it's already questionable if they can kill you. Heart makes it nigh impossible.
Yeah, it's just kind of painful to see for iCCup. I mean, they have got this worked out strategy, and because of their laning phase not really working out, I mean, you said it at the start, if the laning phase doesn't really work out, you're gonna be in a tough spot. A very tough spot, that is, and that's gonna be, well, Batrider not able, like, his time kinda ends here. He is still gonna be very strong, but it's mostly gonna be to make sure that your fights are gonna be 4-on-5 rather than 5-on-5, but it still requires you to be with 5. And did he just do that? No, Boot to Travel is gonna be his item. I was gonna say, maybe. Yeah. Ghost Scepter, Boot to Travel. It's gonna be nice, but his times for really trying to make a difference with just ganks is
how much can you carry on Batrider? Yeah. You can carry a lot, but there's a limitation. Heart, once the Heart's done for Lifestealer, Lasso will not be enough time to kill that guy. I mean, you can get the Brewmaster. Yeah. But you really can't get the Lifestealer. I like the Boots of Travel, honestly. I mean, it's not a bad pick by any means, but they need a lot more.
Did you see what just happened?
No.
Android, he knew that there was a ward here on the high ground. I don't know if you can see my ping. Bit wrong.
Yeah, I can see it.
So he saw it, and then he walked around, and by the time he got back, the timer actually ended, so that wasn't a ward anymore.
Where's the ward? That's fun.
Yeah. Wasted 100 gold for it, because, I mean, he tried to counter the sentry ward, maybe?
Yeah.
And he didn't. So if iCCup gets this one as well, that's gonna be 2 wards countered in a small period of time. But it doesn't look like they're gonna be around there anytime soon. They're just trying to buy time, not really trying to force anything out of their opponent.
Yeah, I mean, iCCup, they have to buy time. Lifestealer will cap out eventually, and right now you're not going to win that fight. You just won't win. Like, even if things go right, it's unlikely that you actually clean up. So they have to slow it down. They have to stay away from any sort of relocate gank, so they have to stay relatively unseen. Countering something like this ward doesn't matter, but countering something like this ward is very important, because they have to keep their own side relatively clear so that they can free farm.
Yep. Is that you drawing on the minimap?
It is, yeah.
Cool, I can see that.
Sweet.
Whoa, Aghanims galore! For 2 Aghanims on the same side, RoX.KIS, Tron has got himself the Aghanims, and the Aghanims is ready on the Brewmaster as well. So, I'm thinking RoX, they have the heart, they have the Aghanims, and what more could they wish for? Oh, a Gem of True Sight.
They can probably push, I think, yeah. I think they should try to put more pressure on iCCup at this point.
Oh, they have a plan.
Because they know that... Sorry, what?
They have a plan. They just picked up dust. So, yeah, they're gonna.
Ooh, interesting. Yeah. I think they have the Global Silence, so they're just gonna... Either they're gonna find another Relocate plus Global Silence gank, or they could just start to 5-man, I think, and I don't know how much iCCup can do.
They have to be ready for this. They're actually gonna smoke themselves now that they have the defusal. Looks like they are gonna smoke. Zik just has to press the 2 button. Well, actually, for me it's 2. For him, probably not.
Watch, he puts an observer ward down. No, he did hit the right button
this time. Walking past the sentry ward.
Oh no, they walked right over it.
Yeah, but you don't see that on the minimap unless you have your vision selected there, and I don't think they did. Sorry for the sounds, by the way. There is a festival going on tomorrow, and I think some people... There's also a festival going on today, so, you know.
That's not your official smoke gank music?
No, not my official smoke. That would be awesome.
Uh-oh, oh no, this is bad.
Smokes got revealed. Counter smokes, there's a song. They find BCC. If they get a static storm right on top of this...
Disruptor.
Global silence. Where's the disruptor? Well, BKB's turned on, Darkseer Wall. There comes the static storm, kinetic field as well. BCC on the edge, he can't split. Can he split in time? Yes, he can. He will. And in comes the Brewlings. Can they find some kills? Hook shots in as well from Tron. Net's gonna hold Nexus in place for a little while longer. He's actually taking a lot of damage. Look at that, he is dead. That's gonna be 2 for 1 so far. 2 supports down on the side of iCCup. As we are gonna see Tornado putting Mag up in the air. Hookshot in up on Resolution. Resolution trying to still fly away. Maybe able to do something, but it looks like he is gonna be dropping. Oh, Forest stops at high ground. BZZ back to his normal self as well. Is there anybody left here from iCCup to try and take the fight? They actually have split. This is Mag's Illusions dropping a gem on the floor. Mag is gonna be there by himself as well just to pick up that gem. That's just to purchase gem, so that is extra 1600 gold on the side of iCCup if you want to count it like that. Nexus though, he bought back and he wants to make it worth it. He is gonna go for Roshan. A brilliant fight for iCCup though.
Yeah, it could have gone worse. I feel like it could have gone a lot better if they had just all focused on killing the Brewmaster. There was some people were hitting Clockwork, and I think if they just kill Brew, that fight is so easy for them. It still went well, and in fact, I really like their hustle after the Brewmaster used Primal Split. They cleared out as much as possible, and they actually still got a couple kills. So after the beginning, I think iCCup did very well, but I really think they could have used that Static Storm to get a guaranteed kill on Brewmaster and just take the fight. Yeah, they were close.
Yeah, I agree. They definitely could have done that, and I mean they still defend the Roshan for now as well, so that's gonna be nice. They get the gem back, which is really important. Because, I mean, that was only just purchased. You take away 800 gold from your enemy and you pick it up yourself, so good job there. And like, where was Disruptor at the start of that fight? Did he have to come from very far?
He made it though, like, thank God he made it.
But it was like, yeah, awkwardly close. But the Global Silence, of course, didn't really help there either. For iCCup, it was still like if they
little early.
Yeah, because if they knew that the disruptor was so far away, you know, then
sure,
maybe.
But the way you want to do it is that you want the silence to sort of start. Yeah, in that case, you would want it to start the sounds halfway through the song instead of early in the song.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's tough. It's a really tough timing for them to hit. And the vacuum helps iCCup really make up for minor mistakes because they can always vac people back into the static storm later.
Yeah, pings all around as the team smokes up. They walk past some sentry wards. Flares come in as well. Roshan is going to be the target. Bedrider is already around here though, and Nexus's smoke already gets popped, and this is going to be RoX.KIS having to back out because they don't know exactly where iCCup is, while iCCup knows exactly where they are, and Naga Siren has her song back up, and this is iCCup in a bit of a better spirit right now because they actually can fight. They just showed us that they can fight.
Yeah.
Just a question of the right initiation, and that's of course always the case, but it's even ground, so both teams will probably not fight until they know that they are no longer on even ground.
Yeah. They're the combo team, so it's more important for them to place their spells perfectly than it is for RoX.KIS. Yeah. They have to do something to RoX.KIS in order for iCCup to actually take that fight, because Naga Siren, her position has improved relative to where she was, but it hasn't improved that much relative to the Lifestealer. He's still worlds ahead. 4 levels and about 7k net worth higher. Naga's, if her illusions get around and start killing everybody else, that's good. But again, yeah, iCCup have to delegate a tremendous amount of resources to actually kill Lifestealer.
Yeah, Lifestealer is getting bigger and bigger. He did buy back in that fight. That was, by the way, the first time that he died in the entire game. So, pretty big pickup for iCCup. I was surprised with how fast he in the end went down. But that was mostly illusions hitting him, but I think actually some of his own illusions were hitting on him as well. That would have helped.
A Dark Seer Wall, yeah. A Dark Seer Wall illusion was smacking him as well. And he's actually pretty stats heavy because of the heart, so his illusions are beefier than one might expect if he had like MKB or something. Yeah,
and the Naga Siren illusions made it painful for him as well with that diffusal blade, of course, on those illusions as you pointed out.
Yeah, I mean, I think iCCup, I wouldn't call their position tremendously stable, but they're not that far behind either. RoX are still going to be very scared of actually doing a 5-man fight, and what that means is that they're also scared of pushing, because they know that a push will trigger that big team fight that they don't feel confident in. The question becomes, though, if you're RoX.KIS, what would make you feel confident? Like, what are they waiting for that would make them suddenly feel like, yes, now we can win a team fight? Because they have Ags on Clockwork, they have Ags on Brew, so if they just keep waiting, I feel like they give iCCup more and more time to get back into it. And if you look at just pure stats, like the gold XP, iCCup aren't that far behind. It's really just that this Lifestealer is really big.
Yeah, 2k in terms of gold, 2k in terms of experience, that's nothing really. It's mostly for a RoX.KIS, the difference is mostly in that Lifestealer. So if they were able to shut him down, that's gonna be already a big help for iCCup. Of course, I mean, in a team fight, so much more counts than that golden experience, so that will be the main thing. Captaining, very important thing in this fight. Sometimes more important than other things. I just want to point out, like, I followed this, with my camera a little bit. 3 people of iCCup just tried to counter-ward the Ancients because they thought there was something, but they couldn't find the ward. And by the time that they were starting looking for it, the ward had already disappeared. So they like went around and with Leshrek's son cleared out the trees, and Bedrider flew around a little bit to see if he can find it. But yeah, it wasn't there. It's kind of funny.
I like the Shiva's pickup for Mag. Actually,
okay, infest out. That's always want to fly down. And a pause and a song. Android pause. We have a disconnect. Oh my god. That's the worst disconnect that you can have. BCC is already on the way out.
Yeah.
He has to walk a bit before he can actually blink. Well, actually, he can't walk a bit because there will be a song, so he doesn't want to blink, but still.
Yeah. Awkward.
Very awkward.
That's really unfortunate.
And this is so the anti-tactical pause that you want to have if you are the one that initiates. What does iCCup do here? Are they backing out?
If I'm iCCup, I think they can fight this. They don't need Leshrak. Really, I mean, it would be nice to have Leshrak, but he can buy back if they need him to. Actually, okay, yeah, buy back. Actually, I think they should just fight. Buy back the Leshrak, TP him in, and I think that you can take this. Everybody else is in position more or less.
Yeah, they can put a Darkseer wall through the cogs. Mag can vacuum in BKB on for Mag. Well, we have a song, so everybody can set up. Zik can position his static storm.
And RoX have the only thing is RoX have the global silence available.
Yeah.
So that could really screw things up.
And Silencer is not in the song and is very far away from it as well.
Yeah, if he pops it, if he uses global silence, I think iCCup should back off because of course there are cogs here and they have a little bit of time to try to get out. Mag has surge too. If they don't see an immediate silence, and especially if they can catch the silencer with the song, then I think it's a fight that they can win. I mean, we have plenty of time to sort of theory craft this out, actually.
Yeah. Betrider coming in as well. Like, he's just put up his Firefly, so he can lasso probably Nexus if he wants to. Nexus is raged. Like, if they are able to take down Lifestealer, for example, before Nexus before anything else happens, that would be nice. But you still, like, I'm not sure how fast they can do that.
I want them to use this pause to get on the same page, because I really feel that iCCup have struggled this game to actually coordinate as a team of 5. Right from the first blood, which I feel if they just talk to each other about what spells they get and they sort of make sure that they have enough damage, I think they don't just give up first blood for nothing. And then the last fight where they could have killed Brewmaster if everybody was attacking him instead of splitting between the Clockwork. And then the fight at top where they used a song only for people to die inside of cogs. Like, a team that usually we see with this sort of intelligent aggression and playing as a team that's... Today they're playing like less of a cohesive unit than the team with 2 stand-ins, but here we go.
Let's see, song ends, iCCup, they're flying in. There's a net up on Nexus, blink forward, and Resolution actually blinks while BCC is blinking as well. They blinked over each other, vacuum in here. Here comes the Static Storm, Kinetic Field, BCC cannot split. He ends up dropping before he can do so. There goes the Clockwork as well. Glim's back on Nexus, doesn't have a rage in time, and will try to do something while he's here anyway. Gets netted up, and will get killed off, or does he? Split Earth a little bit too early. Nexus, though, still ends up going down. That Silencer getting the Darkseer still. At least they get 1 kill in return, but Android will pay for that with his life, and the only one that is left alive, and it might not be for long,
he's coming back.
Is Yul, yeah. That's gonna be Yul still going down. That's a team wipe right there.
All right.
And I'm like, do you think it would have, how different would have gone if that pause wasn't there?
Well, honestly, they did what my first instinct was, which was buy back Always Wanna Fly and TP him in and just try to take it.
Yeah.
I don't think it goes that differently without... Oh, you mean if BCC hadn't disconnected?
Yeah.
Yeah, if he's in better position and they use silence earlier and he can jump in, I think maybe RoX.KIS can take that. With the Primal Split, I think they're in much better shape.
Because I think
the Primal Split, yeah,
the idea might have been like hookshot and Blink's clap at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he was already walking a little bit back, so how long ago did he actually disconnect? I didn't really know.
Right. I think it's not, yeah, you're right. It's not the pause as such, it's more what led up to the pause. Yeah. So the fact that BCC did get, yeah, that would have been a much better initiation with a Brewmaster who could split prior to Song in it. Yeah, but instead it's a very painful fight for RoX. I think iCCup intelligently deciding to, yeah, this is really the first time they've been able to feel in control at all. And that was honestly, sure, Brewmaster was disconnected, and that was a big part of that fight, but that was a very well put together fight from iCCup, though. Especially the absolutely huge Static Storm.
Yeah, and I mean, to be fair, like iCCup, we said it a couple of times, they have got this team fight that requires perfect coordination. What better way to do that is during a pause?
Sure, absolutely. And it wasn't even their tactical pause.
Exactly! It just came towards them. BCC, their Kinetic Field, Static Storm, he's actually a bit on the edge. He might be able to walk away. Never mind, he's already dead. Glimpse back there as Clockwork hooks in and Always Wanna Fly. This time Always Wanna Fly lives, and it is Yul that they end up chasing. Is there a net? They look for it. Android TPing himself out. The net is gonna only hit inside the base, I believe. Yep, there it is. And that is gonna be everybody else of RoX.KIS getting themselves out of there as fast as they can.
That's still good. And the glimpse really nice because Leshrac is totally screwed when he's stuck in cogs with Clockwork. So somebody else has to help him out, and that was very nice of Disruptor there. Good uses of the ult, and that's the thing, Disruptor ult is so low cooldown that you can always have it for that Brewmaster.
Yeah, it's only level 1. But who cares about the damage? You want to have that silence.
You don't care.
And the duration is always the same time, so...
Exactly. It's actually bad to level it in this case because he's too low level. He needs to have the mana.
Good point. Lincoln Lasso, they grab Nexus. There's a global silence though, and this time maybe Nexus can do something here. Rages, he opens up on Mag. Mag in a lot of trouble, turns on his BKB mechanism there as well, and here comes the song. Are they gonna counter-initiate on this? I don't think they can. Yeah, they have to run. BZ comes in as well, he still has a split. He claps, he blinks, Always Wanna Fly is out of there. Nice Kinetic Field, locking BZZ in. He can't move, and iCCup should be able to get himself away unless Yul comes in. They go for Jackal, and he doesn't have a song. Gets forced up into safety by Resolution. The surge is there as well from Mag, who TPs himself out out of the trees. Jackal running. Jackal sliding. Jackal. Oh, hookshot to an illusion. Is it gonna be enough? The open wounds is there. That's gonna be Jackal dead with the cogs there. Always want to fly, not able to help anymore, and will end up going down as well. I mean, he was out safe. He TP'd out safe. Thought he could maybe help his carry. It would have been worth to die for if he could, but unfortunately for him, they can't. And that's going to be a Roshan. I really thought the Roshan was already taken. I don't know
why they're trying to buy back and stop Rosh. This can't work.
No, not at all. They know that the split is still there. I mean...
Wasted buyback. That was completely wasted by Jackal. He shouldn't have bought back.
Oh, Mag, careful there. There's some harassment.
Oh, they're gonna still try to fight.
Yeah, Blinking Lasso, and that's gonna be a song. Weirdly timed. Let go of the song. There we go. Kinetic Field Static Storm. That's gonna be BCZ and Android going down once again. BCZ having a really tough time.
Yeah, he is. I mean, it's Brewmaster against Disruptor is a horrible matchup, and now that they've finally exited the deficit that they made for themselves in the laning phase, they're able to just wreak havoc on this Brew. The silencer isn't quite enough to save Mir. I still think Jackal didn't even need to buy back for those kills. Like, the Naga was almost counterproductive for that.
That lasso alone might have been enough.
Yeah. But at any rate, that's still really good hustle from iCCup, and even though they failed, I loved the Jackal defense force. Like, Darkseer blinks, jumps into the trees, and surges the Naga, and then at the same time as Batrider force staffs her. That was so legit.
It's like everybody came back to help him. It was really cute, but, you know, unfortunately, he still ended up dying. But yeah, that's teamwork, and iCCup, I have to just point out that we haven't said it all day. I said it yesterday a couple of times, so I say it again here. But iCCup, they've been playing together for quite a while. They haven't been playing in the amazingly top leagues all that much. Like, I think a lot of people are still underestimating them, but they have got some synergy if they want to, like, and they show it right here.
I'm impressed by both teams, honestly. I think RoX. This is like the second time that they play with two stand-ins, and we're like, wow, this team's like really good even with two stand-ins. Like they're playing quite well.
Yeah, just sorry for the camera work there, people. I have to just untouch my sound cable from my cat. Thank you. Sorry. Wow, that was awkward. And I have lagging. You are lagging?
Me too.
Okay, good.
I think so are the players. That's why they paused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Dota.
That was really lagging.
I was gonna say, I saw Nexus walking on the spot. I haven't had internet issues for weeks/days. Mostly days.
Do you have a little counter, like it has been 3 days since the last internet issue?
No, that works counterproductive, I think. Like, I'm just jinxing it if I do that.
Probably, that's true.
Hereby
I had like a blue screen today, and it was like, wow, it's been a long time since that happened.
I can remember the last time I had a blue screen, because it was the day that my internet issues were solved.
Right.
But then I had a blue screen. It was awesome.
I remember. I think I was there.
Yep, I think you were too. That's a bit stupid.
I like this idea of making BKB on clockwork. I think that's pretty solid as an approach. I wonder what IO's building towards. Is it a BKB as well? Here they go. They're gonna try to get that big hook initiation again.
Yeah, they have got everything up. But as does iCCup, illusions fly in. Resolution from the sidelines. If they get the initiation up on BZ, the hookshot actually goes in. That is going to be Disruptor down. That's a big person they want to have. The song is still there, but Resolution, the Brewlings, they are still bound on him, and he is trying to run, trying to flee, should be able to flee. Tornado up on Jackal, and this could be a massive disaster for iCCup as they lose Resolution, they lose the gem, and iCCup, they are on the retreat. Mag getting initiated on, will end up going down. The cogs will lock him out of his own base, relocate inside the base from Nexus and Yul. They can't get Always Gonna Fly anymore, and go to the tier 2 tower, and I think it's a blessing for iCCup that they still had that one standing, because maybe with that they can buy some more time, because one of the upsides of having the Disruptor very low level is because he will be up again in just a moment. Not sure what he can do by just him though, because they won't have a lasso, they won't have a Darkseer wall.
No song.
No song. 14 seconds for the song though. And let's see what they can do. Illusion's doing some damage there. The tier 3 tower though gonna get picked off. RoX.KIS coming back in a blaze. They just, I mean, taking out the Disruptor kinda fun.
Yeah.
Disrupts the entire team fight of iCCup. Boom!
That was an amazing hook. That was the exact person that they needed to. They've been hooking Always Wanna Fly a lot, and that's like just not that relevant, but that hook, getting the Disruptor, even though he was sitting back, the Tron just, he sees the through line. Like, he sees how to actually hook in to make sure that he hits Disruptor, and that was beautiful, frankly. After that, iCCup has no, like, their fight revolves so much around making sure that Static Storm comes through. I mean, I can't overstate just how, honestly, I'd love to see RoX.KIS, like, get their full 5 and just see how well that they can do with a lot of practice with this new offlaner, because he's kind of sick.
Yep. It's This is pretty play. People like pretty play. I like pretty play. iCCup though, I mean, what's their next plan? They can't really sit and wait anymore because now that they know that that initiation, I mean, that could just repeat itself. Disruptor is always gonna sit at the back end of things, and you can't really put your illusions next to him to try and protect him because you need your illusions at the front line as well. And with the BKBs, by the way, BKBs up on Wisp, that's gonna be like, they don't want to deal with that song.
Yeah, it's smart. I like these BKBs. I think BKB for Brew is actually the next thing they should get. Like, BKB for Brew would be a huge deal.
Yeah, we have got Naga Siren now with the Manta style, so maybe split pushing is an option again. Perhaps. With the illusions at least.
Maybe.
I mean, we have got the Assault Cuirass ready up on RoX.KIS as well, so that's Lifestealer. We've almost, well, we actually have got the BKB up on Clockwork. That last fight gave them so much items, gave them so much advantage back. Look at that gold graph, 6k they got from that. Two towers, of course, quite a few kills. The 9th time, Black Geek Boop.
It's the right pickup, though.
It is
like,
the right pickup.
It's smart. The more BKBs they can get, the better shape they're in against this team. That iCCup right now is, and for this entire game, has been completely reliant on not having Magic Immune other than Lifestealer on the opposing team. And now there's 2 more as of that last fight. For full 10 seconds, Brewmaster probably makes it. I can't imagine that BZZ doesn't make it too, so he's only about 1,300 off as well. Actually, 1,000 off.
Yeah, 1,015 gold. But, you know what I would like to see? I would now like to see a comeback from iCCup, quite a lot. And then back towards RoX.KIS.
Yeah.
After a little bit of a pause, and then down towards iCCup again, and then back up again and back down, because then the gold of the experience graph would spell win.
I was wondering where you were going with that.
It's the W already. Look at that.
It is.
It is. It could spell win. That is so awesome. Like, I would want to have a screenshot with that.
Let's make it happen.
Well, it looks like they're gonna try the same thing again. I mean, a recipe for success, why not, right?
Now with the BKBs.
Yeah. Oh, there goes the song.
Nicely timed.
Very nicely timed. Where is... Oh, BCZ is not in the song, though. There goes the Global Silence. That Disruptor already dead. On the end of the thing, that is gonna be Tron trying to go for Mag. He tries to run, but he gets stunned up. The split was already there. Mag is a goner, I think. BKBs as well. Runs for his life. Tornado up on the Bat Rider. Net was still up on Yule, but there's really not enough damage. Or is there? The lightning coming off. Always want to fly, helping out, killing off Io with help of the illusions. It's a 1-for-1 trade favoring RoX.KIS because no static storm. We already saw that in the previous fight, but they did use their split for that. And Blinken Lasso, in comes iCCup. They take down the Silencer, they take back the gem. That was, of course, Silencers to begin with in the end, as we still have Naga Siren getting picked off. Now open wounds up on Resolution, pops his Ghost Scepter, is able to blink himself away after that one. Leshrek running for his life as well as Mag. Is there gonna be a hookshot? Tron, he has got it, he just needs to aim it properly. The cogs are gonna be there first. Resolution back on the floor, Kinetic Field Static Storm completely wasted. BZZ getting chased down by Always Wanna Fly, spamming out his mana with that, gets a perfect Split Earth. Ghost Scepter keeps Always Wanna Fly up, and that is gonna be Tron dead. Bat Rider with the kill, BZZ with the clap, gets locked inside a kinetic field again, and this time though, he goes down. And that is gonna be iCCup, a very long fight taking it back. Yeah, Nexus. He can be relocated back, right? No, he just, he's, 7 seconds, and he actually infests. If they get Yoldos, there's a last 3 seconds to take him down, and they get him! They get him! Nexus, he rages, tries to do something, but he's surrounded by 4. Always Want to Fly. Mechanism helps him keep him up alive a little bit longer. That's gonna be Ghost Scepter. Galim's back with you. Is there a rage? No, there is not. Nexus getting kited around like a mouse in the hands of 4 cats. iCCup, they take a team, they get a team wipe, and oh my god.
They're tier 4s.
Oh my god, they're tier 4s.
Their tier 4s are basically dead.
That is what happens if you leave your base for too long, if you have no Rex on one side. But oh my god, that fight took so long! And it started out so well.
The thing is that RoX.KIS, to set up these, like, they need that very, very long cooldown split and the long cooldown global silence, and then after those are gone, iCCup's like, hey, actually, we have the better sustain because our Bat Rider has, like, basically infinite mana and the ability to Scythe of Vice every time it's on cooldown. And we've got this Darkseer who's actually very, very farmed. He has basically infinite mana, so he can use Ion Shell, Vacuum, and Surge as much as he wants, as well as Shiva's. So they were like, actually, in a very sustained fight, as long as we prevent RoX.KIS from disengaging, we can mop them up. So that was really, really nice from iCCup. I actually thought the early fight was a complete disaster. They were trying to fish for either the Lifestealer or the Brewmaster, and they couldn't find either one. Brew because he was in a weird spot over here, and Lifestealer because he was literally inside of Clockwork. So the song wasn't useful at all, and we just Zik died really quickly, but they managed to clean up. Downside is they lost a lane, so that's certainly not good. But I don't know if I'd give this to RoX.KIS just yet. I still feel like it could go either way, easily.
Yeah, we all know. I think once iCCup wins a team fight actually at the base of RoX.KIS...
WI, by the way.
Yeah, I saw. I would have liked to have it like a bit more even and a little while longer in between, but it is WI. We're gonna go for the win. Awesome. We are awesome. Almost there. Means that
We're almost there.
Yeah, means that the next fight either... It has to wait for a while. It has to be even for a while. I think... That's going to be good because both teams will try to go for the Roshan, I think. And there will be a bit of a dance around it for a while before that happens, and that will be good for the end. Yes.
Yeah.
It's our most important strats, right? Get that win out of
there. Absolutely. The only question being, I mean, who will win? I don't know. It feels like Nexus is starting to peak a little bit.
And let me tell you something. This is only game 1.
Oh my god.
Booyah.
Oh my god. I forgot. You're right. And the Ghost Scepters are doing so much work because Lifestealer really has no response to Ghost Scepters, and they don't have any damage. Like, in the long run, all their damage is coming from the auto attacks of the Lifestealer and maybe Brewmaster. Like, Brewlings actually attack decently well, including the Fire one, especially now that they have Drunken Brawler. But the Fire one also dies super easily, so iCCup can take that out. And then it's just Nexus. And it seems like whoever Nexus goes on, they just immediately use their Ghost Scepter and he can't do much.
Oh, just now in the jungle, I mean, he thought, okay, I'll take Always Wanna Fly. He knew he was probably gonna die.
Exactly.
But he just wanted to get something. Always Wanna Fly, he had a bit of a cooldown, ran away, Mechanism was there, and then Ghost Scepter. He tried to walk back, and everybody, he was just kited around. It was like...
Yeah.
It was just painful to watch if you are a Nexus. Because, well, it's just tough.
I think maybe he actually could have gotten a kill if he hadn't chosen to infest Yol. I think infesting him was kind of a pointless move. Like, you're not doing any damage, you're not saving the IO.
You're focusing all the attention from iCCup on the IO, and they actually got... It was just in time, though. But, yeah.
I like the idea of the IO coming in and taking the Lifestealer out, but they could have done that regardless of whether the infest was there or not, so I don't know.
Yeah, iCCup, they smoke up.
Smoke.
Let's see who they can find. RoX.KIS, they don't seem to be...
really far behind, though. But they can song.
Yeah. And they find BZD first. There's a song, BZD is there. They know where he is. Where's the rest? The Global Silence will, of course, be there.
They want to storm.
Global Silence is there. Relocate as well. That is going to be the split still there. Can they get it done? Jackal locked inside the cogs. We just zig up in a tornado. Static Storm is still there, but it's not there in time. We just zig. Trouble and death. That's the first one. Relocate back out from IO. In the meantime, this Brewmaster hasn't been able to find any kills just yet, or at least not any of the high target. Oh, Ancient. That's Always Wanna Fly coming back to the lane. That's why you can't smoke for too long. In the meantime, Open Wounds up on Mag. He gets killed off here. Unless he can run faster. He can't run faster. He goes down. This is gonna be iCCup's struggle constantly. The moment that they leave their base, the clock starts ticking, because when are they gonna get forced back to save their Ancient?
Yeah, that was honestly...
Hey!
I don't know, they waited way too long for that Static Storm. Maybe they should have just lassoed the Brew and killed him immediately. I don't know.
What if RoX.KIS would have, instead of relocated into the fight, would have relocated bottom?
Tried to backdoor?
Yeah. I mean, the creeps were there. They didn't have back deflection.
Lifestealer does good damage. Resolution in trouble.
Yeah, he gets hookshotted in. And there he goes, Split Earth. Gonna try to help out. Resolution able to survive for now, as Tron is actually completely out of mana and locked in the net, and he will end up going down. That's gonna be a Nexus in a Hex. Indeed, the tether is there. Yol might be able to... No, he can't save him anymore. Nexus is gonna get killed off here unless he can rage and eat himself through. He actually 3 shots, we just zig. Almost gets the tower, but does end up going down. He buys back though, and we'll be back there in just a moment with help of Yol if he really wants to.
He should walk back so that Yol can relocate him in my opinion. Well, whatever. I was not going to die, but I think they could have. Oh my God!
They leave some illusions.
Riptide.
Almost.
Where's the Riptide? That's too bad. I think with Riptide they actually kill him.
They actually used the Riptide, didn't they?
Did they?
I think they did. But look at, I mean, the creeps. Constantly.
This Ancient's now at 2650, so
Yep.
it's already at about 60% health. This is a problem. The fact that that long, as cool as that long fight was, like they lost both of their tier 4 towers.
Yeah, iCCup. I mean, I think like the next time, if Nexus relocates together with the Wisp, I mean, one has got that rage, the other one has got the IO, the BKB. So if they go there, put on the BKBs, they can do that.
I actually gotta say, I don't really love the Bloodstone. He's been building it for a while, so I get it, but I wouldn't mind him.
I think he just wants a
taking
suicide.
BKB. Oh, you think he wants the heal?
I think he wants to heal. Like, true supports die for your team.
Aw. That's a neat idea, actually. Yeah, maybe.
You already said, like, if he gets locks in the cogs, he can't do anything.
Yeah, right.
But
at
he
least
can
he
kill
AoE
himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe. And it does good regen, it's good sustain, but I feel like he needs BKB kind of as well.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be bad for iCCup to get more BKBs rather than just on Mag, it's down to 5 seconds, by the way.
And that's already
God,
pretty
it's
sure.
so tough. If iCCup aren't facing a Naked Ancient, they're gonna feel so much more comfortable, and they can try again and again to initiate. But because of that fact, like, if they want to start a fight, it has to happen really, really quickly. Like, they can't just walk all the way over to RoX.KIS's side and fish for something.
Yeah.
Because in that time, the lane's gonna get pushed.
Or they have to start, like, saying, you know what, guys, we're here, we're bottom lane, come fight us. And that's not what you want with the lineup from iCCup. They need to have that perfect initiation thing going on, and you can't do that, as Roshan is actually being taken down. BZ and Nex is just gonna get it down real fast. iCCup, no idea what's going on. Brewmaster gets the Aegis. Silencer pays for that. Bedrider was able to grab him with the last two. But I think that's an okay trade.
Yeah, the Aegis pickup for Brew is actually really nice. He's now able to, even if he does get brought down, he's just can come right back up and use Primal Split again. So that's really neat. He actually has 4,000 unspent gold, so I wonder if he's thinking maybe I don't want the BKB, or maybe he just wants buyback plus BKB money.
I wouldn't be surprised.
That's probably what it is,
that.
yeah. And Nexus is still enormous. I mean, he's got Monkey King bar now, so even if Jackal tries to make the butterfly eventually, he can still handle that. I think Heart is more important for Snaga, though.
Yeah, Nexus actually doesn't have a buyback. No money for it, at least.
Yeah, he bought out, I guess.
And he didn't have the Aegis.
3-minute cooldown, too, because he bought back for that last fight.
But yeah, Resolution is doing exactly what we said they should. Well, iCCup is anyway, pushing the bottom lane. They are advertising that they are here. No reply so far. Here comes a flare. We might see a hook shot in. There is an infested lifestealer sitting inside that clockwork. Fortification does go off. Question is, will they stick around? Will they fake back? I'm not. Like,
they might fake back, but the thing is, Clockrock is gonna spot that easily.
Well, they are gonna be wrapping around the gank here. Yeah. If they initiate, like BCZ, the song would be there.
They're going.
Here comes the song. Oh, and the infested lifestealer as well. They go for BCZ though. Here comes the storm as well. Global Silence is still gonna be there, and that's not gonna be. That's gonna be a split. He is able to split. There he goes. BKB's turned on. Infest out is there as well as we just get melted there. Mechanism saves his life for a little bit longer. Lasso up on Nexus, but where is the damage for now? It is nowhere to be found. Resolution to the low ground. There comes the curse up on everybody just for some extra AoE damage. Resolution is gonna get picked off there as well. Oh, Ghost Scepter, 20 HP.
Ethereal Blade, actually.
Ethereal Blade, able to stay alive for a little while longer. And Mag surging himself out. That is gonna be Io going down. That's cool. That is always gonna fly getting a killing spree, by the way. He'll still pay for that. Ends up committing suicide though. Never mind.
Nice.
1-for-1. I can't believe that ended up in a 1-for-1, but iCCup actually this time took a fight without having to worry about their Ancient going down.
Yeah.
That's the first time.
It's very good for them to take fights like that, where it's right on top of the lane, because you know you're going to clear out those creeps, but I feel like they could have had a better fight. What is the deal with this waiting for the Disruptor and then it never happening? I hate what's happening with that. It's really kind of bitterly disappointing for them to make that same mistake twice in a row. Yeah, because both times they just get stuffed by the Assailants. Nice on BZZ though. He has no mana.
Yeah.
He's got no mana.
He is gonna go down. He is so dead. He has an Aegis. I guess that helps. He will be back with full mana. He does not have his split though. And Resolution is actually chasing up on Tron. Lasso is gonna be there. Where's the damage? In comes the surge up Mag. There's a Hex, and that should be a kill. Vacuum back in there. Iron Shell there as well. That's gonna be a nice kill. And the Aegis, of course, already gone. We do still have, of course, BZZ TPing himself out into safety. But still good pickups for iCCup, at least making sure that RoX.KIS can't do anything right now.
That was so huge. Resolution is just, this is, I feel like this is almost his coming out party as he's been a good mid, but nothing that people really, nobody discusses him in like the top European mids or anything. But this game, I feel like he's the one person on iCCup who I can't think of a single mistake he's actually made this game. He has played incredibly well. He's been part, Sheever, of 30 of their 32 kills.
That is so insane. Like, we know, of course, with team fights, it's really tough to not be involved with it because of the flame break, but I mean, all the gangs, all the things that he done, like, he's been in everything, apart from 2.
I mean, he just cleared an Aegis and killed Clockwork by himself. Not a single person mattered for that except him.
Mag was there for a little while, but yeah, he would have gotten it regardless. We are gonna see BZ this time. Thank you. It can happen. Relocate in. Now you really want to do this without your Brewmaster. Brewmaster actually bought back. BKB's turned on. Net up on Nexus. He is able to pick up the Bat Rider who buys back as well. Yol, 5 seconds before he gets turned back, tries to distract some people there, but they go for Nexus regardless, and Nexus will go down. Does he have a buyback is the question. No, yes he has, rather. He just bought back. There we go. Brewmaster, he splits. His fire pan already down. He goes all the way towards the rest. Oh, Galim is back, but Bat Rider will still go down for the second time this game. Nexus is gonna be able to pick the Disruptor as well. He just bought back, gets songed right now. The Naga Siren trying to TP yourself out with Always Wanna Fly. Mag, though, I don't think he is gonna be as lucky. He is looking to be pretty dead. He has got Surge, he has got his BKB. Where's his Surge? Nah, he can't get it. There he goes, he's dead.
Last word.
They did get a melee Rex.
Yeah, but they have 70 seconds to their Bat Rider on the ground.
Yes, and when we just said that he was one of the main people.
Yeah. I don't know if RoX.KIS can actually win the game in the time that Bat Rider's on the ground, but they might give it a shot. I mean, they've got a minute.
Yeah, the downside is, like, they have the creep wave to wait for. They can be there in time and then just, you know, get the Ancient down, but that creep wave is needed to be there.
It is a naked Ancient.
It is a naked Ancient.
But there is fortification, so yeah, I don't know.
Time will tell. They are going to try by the looks of it. A lot of buybacks being used there, by the way.
Mag's buyback is now on CD. Resolutions is on CD. So it will have to be a 4v5. They won't have Bat Rider for this, I think.
It looks like
and RoX.KIS is going to make it. I like what Always Wanna Fly is doing. Yeah. He has travels, so now he can push in a second lane and then come back.
Yeah, and actually, RoX.KIS, they back off. They already TP back. For Always Wanna Fly, you better run.
Oh, he's got to get out of here.
Yeah.
He doesn't have BKB. This is problems.
Yeah, Split Earth is still going to hit, though, but Joel TP's in. Tether is going to be there. This is Always Wanna Fly dead.
No, he's got to go right now. I think he can travels.
No.
What the hell is he doing?
He's just running around like a crazy person.
That's really... I don't know.
He bought a lot of time, I guess, though.
After the tether stun, they have no other stun.
Look at how low IO got with that as well. I mean, he has to port back.
Sure, but he didn't die.
True.
I don't know. I feel like if you travels right after that IO tether stun ends, the IO is actually blocking Clockwork's hook angle to you, and they have no other stuns remaining. So I don't know. I feel like he could have gotten out instead of just dying, but it's okay. It's not a big deal for the Lesh to die. So he does lose some Bloodstone charges, so his heal from the Bloodstone is less potent. Yeah. That's about the only thing that matters there.
Yeah, we have got Butterfly picked up by Naga Siren still. We already know the Nexus already counters that, but at least others don't, I guess. And Jackal can't kite Nexus. I mean, with the ensnare, he can move away, so I guess that's okay. We also have a Hex completed up on the Brewmaster, more control coming for RoX. So that's gonna be nice, but he still doesn't have a BKB.
Yeah. I mean, I like the Butterfly for Jackal. I think Heart would be very, very helpful. And honestly, Nexus still isn't, like, capped. Actually, where's that Basher going to go? Okay, he ditches Armlet. That's probably the right call. He can turn this into an Abyssal pretty soon. And at that point, I don't see how Naga Siren actually survives fights, because he can ignore Song.
Yeah, apparently, some people say that there was lag with the previous fight.
Ooh.
Actually me, or is that Twitch? Let's see.
I don't know. I honestly, even with the Naked Ancient, now that iCCup, even at great cost, managed to actually secure the melee racks, that opens it up tremendously. Like, sure, you're going to get the lane eventually pushed in because of the super ranged creeps, but it's so much slower than if you were dealing with the full lane of super creeps that suddenly they have all this time again and all this room that they can maneuver around the map. And that's very, very important. So that pickup of the melee was very critical for iCCup.
Yeah, I fully agree.
I would like to see some more travels now on RoX.KIS's side. I think travel boots would help a lot because they have relocate and lifestealer. They could actually move their entire team to anywhere if they had some travels.
And I think everybody had a bit of lag there because the pause was there again.
Yeah, like all they need is if they could get Silencer is hanging on to 3.5k right now. By the way.
No problem. Support Silencer.
Yeah.
He actually look at how much intelligence he has stolen. I mean, that's what you have with a super long game.
Long game. The longer you go, the better Silencer is going to be. Like Yol is now, Android P is now a reliable auto-attacking force in this game. His damage is not bad. But just to my thought, like if you have Lifestealer inside somebody, and then you relocate that person, all you need is 2 more boots of travel, and you can have your entire team on any spot at any time.
And I am not saying any
dangerous.
spot. I'm saying ancient.
Not any spot. Yeah.
Ancient. I think they can do it.
Right. Yeah. I think they could, honestly. And yeah, sure, get a friggin' Helm of the Dom or a Necro or something.
Yeah, do the whole and like okay, it's stupid, but it's fun and it works.
No, it's stupid. Yeah, I was about to say the exact same thing. No, I honestly I think that backdoor is within RoX's purview. It's a lot harder now that they lost the melee rack. So once again, that Rax is a huge deal for iCCup.
And maybe they should push mid first to get the fortification out.
Nobody wants to do it when, if you lose a fight, you probably get roached and possibly lose the game. So both teams are going to wait for the Roshan, and that could be the decider.
Yeah, we are, of course, almost having a 17-minute game. And I just want to remind people what you're actually watching. Because, of course, this is the Dota Corsair Gaming Summer Tournament. Dota 2 doesn't actually sit in the title, but I just said it anyway because it's fun. And this is only game 1 of the winners bracket finals. There's a best out of 3. Winner of this one will move on to the playoffs. Loser will go to the loser bracket finals, which is after this best out of 3, which is Virtus.pro versus the team that loses this one. So, some nice matchups.
Well, they've gone in. And RoX are actually really far away.
Yeah,
have they just given this Roche?
Well, with the flare, it looks like iCCup thinks they're a lot closer than they actually are.
They think they're closer. Yeah, that's really funny. And relocate does cover some of the distance as well. That's too bad. I actually think they could have snuck it, but too nervous. It's so high stakes, even though it's game 1. We started late too, I think, right?
Yeah, we did. I mean, we had a remake after 40 minutes at the official starting time.
Interesting smoke choice.
Yeah, we are 2 hours behind schedule.
God.
Nah, not right now 2 hours, but what?
They can get BCZ.
Yeah, Blink and Lasso. Global Silence is still gonna be there. Can they take him down in time? The split will be there, but the Hex is there as well. Infest out. BCZ still alive for the moment. There he comes. He cannot split. The Global Silence ended. Setting Storm was there, and now can iCCup profit from this one? Yol turning on his BKB, trying to fly himself away. In 5 seconds, he will be relocated into safety, but he won't be able to because he goes down. Hook shot in somewhere else. His Nexus gets netted in. Jackal doting on a man fight, but he has the illusions. Nexus doesn't. Buybacks for everybody. Silencer bought back. And that is, of course, also Lifestealer buying back. The only one that they lost was the Disruptor, and this is Roshan.
I can't believe they didn't. Oh, they don't have Panda buyback. Brewmaster doesn't have buyback because he bought out for the Scythe of Vice. Oh, that is a huge problem because, yeah, they cannot contest Roshan. Well, actually, Jackal's really low, but no, I don't think they can contest Rosh. They're just going to use Resolution. The reason he's Firefly right now is solely to see if somebody's trying to come in. They're going to try to clear the Rosh as quickly as possible with just Mag and Jackal. Oh, man, I don't know if they can. Yeah, they actually... Ooh, that's bad because they wasted a lot of time and they killed Roche halfway. Now RoX.KIS can try to sneak this. If they had Heart on Naga, they'd be in good shape, but they don't, and they don't have the money for it.
And they sent Naga illusions. I just want to point out, they sent Naga illusions that are on half HP. That kind of reveals that Jackal was nowhere to be found because, of course, he is that low. And that means that this is a safe Roshan to take, I think, almost. There will be a song again, actually.
They don't have global silence for it, and that's a big deal. They do have Brew ult, but Disruptor's ult will be up. And by the way, Yol, sorry, Always Wanna Fly did a lot of work in that fight as well. He just sat in there, nobody was attacking him, and he was just pulse noving. He actually killed Silencer all by himself, forcing out the buyback.
Wow. I just looked at the gold graph, that's not gonna be a win.
Wow, you can't even see the old shape of it anymore. That's disappointing.
That is disappointing. There was a drop up there. Otherwise, it's almost an N. Like, it's a bit of an N.
It's a new W, actually, Sheever.
Well, okay. Let's have the game for another 15 minutes and get ourselves a win.
It could happen, honestly. There's, right now, if one team... The thing about games that go this late is that buyback times are now extremely high. I was just looking at the levels. I didn't realize just how low Weejisik is. He's level 14.
Oh.
He's 4 levels behind anybody. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. Disruptor is solely a static storm bot in this game.
Yeah. And I mean, it's good that he is low level, actually. I thought that at some point.
Actually, it is, yeah. Because he doesn't have Bloodstone, so the lower respawn time will be good for him.
Exactly.
But we have 3 people whose respawn time is 99 seconds.
Yeah.
And 7 people whose respawn time is 80 plus seconds.
Yeah, RoX.KIS just gave away the Roshan, by the way. One thing that is, we're not going to see the win coming off from this experience graph, because at some point it will be 0, because we have got level 25s. This experience graph doesn't really mean that much anymore.
True.
3 level 25s on the map is what it does. iCCup with the Aegis, they're going to try to go mid. In the meantime, on the bottom lane is pushed in by some illusions from iCCup, from Jackal.
Smart.
And the top lane is pushed out because RoX.KIS are all there. Well, not all, but some.
If they race, iCCup can't win the race because no tier 4s.
Yeah. This is, I mean, they don't even need to go. If they have creeps in the base, they can just go for the throne straight away and they'll win.
Yeah. Wow. This is... I'm surprised. I feel like... I guess 500 games goes faster than you'd think. This is still shorter than the RoX.KIS EG Western Qualifier Slugfest, which I believe was 76, but I guess that was a while ago by now.
To be fair, this could turn to 76, though.
Yeah, it could end in the next minute, too.
Yes, oh Blink, you'll trouble force up last! He forced up into the tether! June 7th.
That's so funny.
Well, the first week of June were the qualifiers, I believe.
Yeah, so it was just after the qualifiers.
Yeah.
Since the end of the qualifying series. I can't believe that tether stun saved Yol. That's really funny. He BKB'd too, I think.
Yep, Yol did, indeed. 4 seconds on his BKB
but
only right now.
Lasso would have still
yeah, of course.
It was solely the tether stun that saved him.
The tether stun for the win. And no BKB up for resolution. I'm thinking that's probably something that he would want to have. And if that happens, he has to give the gem away to someone else. Talking about gems, that's gonna be the second gem that Silencer buys this game.
It's Batrider isn't as dependent on the BKB as some of these other heroes, but yeah, I would expect him to eventually get it. Oh yeah, it was a cheese Roche. I was wondering about that. Yeah, there's a cheese on Always Wanna Fly. That's actually a huge deal. Late game Leshrac with cheese is really terrifying.
Yeah, we have got an Abyssal Blade up on the Lifestealer in the meantime. You could still buy that. Waiting for the boots to travel for him. By the way, that Abyssal Blade, make sure that Nexus doesn't have any gold left. And even though, of course, Lasso, they catch out Android, no global silence. That's something that they want to see. Gem that he just purchased. The second time that we see that happening, nobody cares about it though. Or wait, Weejisik can pick it up if he wants to. Like, hey, that's nice. Let's see what these illusions can do. And without a global silence, it doesn't look like Rox really wants to fight this.
No buyback either. Yeah, I don't know that they can without the silence, but good fortification.
Look at these illusions, though.
Yeah.
This is 5 Naga Sirens that are not the real one. Hook shot in with an infest there. They go up on Jackal. Is there a song in time? The Abyssal Blade, it is gonna be enough to take down the Aegis at least. But the melee racks are already picked off. In the meantime, the blink in, the split from the Brewmaster looking for targets. Weejisik holding himself strong. The song already gets, or is not casted yet actually. Tornado puts Jackal up in the air as well. Weejisik now finally goes down. In the meantime, Mac trying to do what he can as well. Vacuum into the Darkseer wall with the Clockwork, who's still trying to survive, but Always Wanna Fly bumping out the damage. Nexus ensnared. Can he get away is the question. Or can he maybe still help the Brewmaster? Always Wanna Fly will pop the Ghost Scepter, will stay alive for a little while longer. Is there something else? That is gonna be the cheese, but Always Wanna Fly is still going down indeed. Nexus lassoed up. Double kill for Jackal already. Double kill for Nexus as well. Buybacks for both teams. We have got Brewmaster back in the mix here as well as he bought back. That's gonna be Nexus down, and he does not have a buyback. Tron, he already bought back, goes down for the second time this game. This could be it. This could be the end. Yo,
it might be.
Going down, BZ to run, and Snared, he does not have a split, and I think this will be indeed GG. iCCup. I can't believe they managed to do it. It started out so bad for them on the lane, but they managed to pull through in their team fight composition in the end, making it work. And the GG well played goes out for game number 1, because it is a best of 3.
Yeah.
I like
game 1. I don't know, Sheever. That was a crazy, crazy, crazy game. I felt that both teams had moments at which they played amazingly well. And both teams had moments at which they played calamitously poorly.
Yeah.
But in the end, I have to give it to Resolution, frankly. I think he carried his team here. Even with the defensive Ethereal Blade in the last fight, keeping Disruptor alive much longer than you'd expect. I mean, we talked about how effective those Ghost Scepters were. That gave them basically a second Ghost Scepter that they could use as they will. And Always Want to Fly slowly snuck into a huge position as well, because the longer it went, the more that this Leshrac became a threat that they weren't able to effectively control. Like, they had to fight so many people. Like, they had to kill the Batrider, they had to kill the Naga, they had to kill the Disruptor. And Darkseer is so annoying that you want to as well, but they didn't have enough DPS because their DPS was all Lifestealer. Like, they had really good teamfight control, but no damage. So, Lifestealer can only be killing one person at a given time. He can kill anybody. Like, Nexus had a huge game, but in the end, iCCup presented too many things for them to try to focus on.
Yeah, it is, I mean, Resolution, like you said, I mean, we knew that the laning stage went poorly for them, but Resolution kept them in it and bought the time that was needed. In the end, they get RoX down to their knees. Took some time. We're gonna see if they can do it again, because of course this was only game number 1. We are watching the Corsair Gaming Summer Tournament. Winners bracket finals of Group A. The winner will move on to the playoffs. Loser will face Virtus.pro after this best out of 3. RoX.KIS, they need to win 2 in a row to be able to make it through. While iCCup is going to try to make it a 2-0 sweep. Stick around with us, of course. You can all follow us on Twitter, as you just saw passing by. You can follow K-poptosis on @K-poptosis without a hyphen on Twitter. And of course, my co-caster Vykromond is @Vykromond on Twitter, as well as myself, SheeverGaming on Twitter. We are back with you in just a moment, though. Stick with us. Game number 2 coming your way in just a moment.